everyone! Today we continue streaming Roblox in a game 99 Nights in the Forest. It's going to be both fun and scary at the same time. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. It's really important for me, and it helps me create even more awesome videos for you. I'm going through this adventure together with you, so feel free to share your thoughts and impressions in the comments. I read them all. So, are you ready? Let's dive into the forest for 99 nights. So, what if socks don't actually disappear? What if they evolve? Like caterpillars turning into butterflies, except way weirder. One day it's a regular sock, doing its duty, keeping your toes warm. And the next, it slips into another dimension to become a completely different life form. Maybe it transforms into a tiny hat for a mouse, or a dust sleeve for a lamp in a parallel universe. Or maybe it just becomes a free-floating fabric ghost that drifts around haunting laundry rooms forever. That would explain why sometimes you find a mystery sock that looks like yours, but just feels off. That's an evolved sock that came back to visit, but it doesn't fully remember you. And speaking of laundry, why is it that no matter how careful you are, there's always one shirt that comes out twisted like it fought a war in the washing machine? And what's the deal with dryer lint? It's like the dryer is secretly collecting souvenirs from your clothes and compressing them into weird fuzzy artifacts. Somewhere, there's probably a dryer lint museum in the sock dimension. And here's a dangerous thought. What if hiccups are just your body's way of rebooting? Like, your system freezes for a millisecond, so your brain hits refresh, and boom, hiccup. That would explain why they're so random. And maybe sneezes are like emergency reboots, the hard reset of the body. Meanwhile, yawns are just your brain buffering. Quick hamster mission reminder, if you haven't subscribed yet, you're missing out on becoming part of the most ridiculous digital army in history. We're chasing 1,000 subscribers, and every single one of you is a brick in this absurd skyscraper we're building. Likes keep the lights on, comments keep the chaos growing. And the weirder your comment, the more powerful the hamster gets. So drop something strange, maybe even your own sock theory, and let's confuse the future historians who'll read this one day. Anyway, I've been thinking about clouds again. What if clouds aren't just water vapor? What if they're like giant, fluffy data storage units for the Earth? Every drop of rain is just an information packet being downloaded. And thunderstorms! That's just the sky rage quitting because it got a corrupted file. That's why lightning happens. It's the universe hitting force restart. Also, tell me this isn't weird. Every pizza is basically a flat sandwich. Think about it. Bread on the bottom, stuff in the middle, sometimes even folded over. Which means a taco is just a sideways sandwich, and a burrito is a sandwich in a blanket. This means the entire food classification system is a lie. And I don't know about you, but I think the government's hiding this. And before my brain starts wondering whether water ever gets thirsty, I'm gonna save that one for the next part, because I can already feel it spiraling into a whole new dimension of nonsense. And the oceano, don't even get me started because I'm convinced it's basically the Earth's giant soup pot. Think about it. It's full of salt. It's got all kinds of floating ingredients fish. Seaweed, those weird jellyfish that look like alien leftovers, and it's constantly being stirred by waves. The only difference is that no one's eating it. Well, except for whales. But they're basically the giant ladles of the sea. And isn't it suspicious how we've only explored like 5% of the ocean? That's basically the same percentage of my fridge I actually understand everything else, and there could be an undiscovered civilization, and I wouldn't know. Maybe there's an underwater society down there where lobsters are politicians, and crabs run the banks. And while we're at it, what's with seagulls acting like they own every beach? You drop one French fry, and suddenly you're surrounded by a screaming mob, like you just announced free money. They don't even say thank you, they just snatch it and fly off like sky pirates. I bet if seagulls had YouTube channels, They'd just be live streaming humans eating snacks and plotting their next heist. Also, let's talk about escalators. They're basically moving stairs, which, if you think about it, is both genius and terrifying. If they stop working while you're on them, suddenly you realize they're just regular stairs, but slightly more dangerous. And why do we always stand on escalators like they're carrying us to some royal event, instead of just walking like normal? It's like, yes, please, deliver me to the second floor like the important potato I am. And umbrellas, why do they always flip inside? Out in the wind like they're staging a dramatic protest? You buy a windproof one, and it survives exactly one storm before becoming a sad, broken skeleton of metal and fabric. Meanwhile, some random person's been using the same umbrella since 1994, and it's still perfect. What is there? Secret? Did they make a deal with the weather gods? Oh, and speaking of deals, how come every time you're in a hurry, every single traffic light turns red? But if you're early for something, all of them are green, and you end up awkwardly sitting outside your destination 20 minutes too soon. It's like the universe has a sense of humor, but it's the slow, sarcastic kind. Anyway, you know the drill if you've made it this far. You're basically part of the core weirdness squad. And I'm keeping this going until we hit 1,000 subscribers. So smash that subscribe button, hit like, and tell me in the comments if you think the ocean is secretly a soup or if seagulls are just beach mafia. Because the more of us there are, the more theories we can cook up. And trust me, in the next part, I'm finally explaining why shopping carts always have at least one wheel that's possessed. And shopping carts, yeah, they're all possessed, no question about it. You grab one, and out of all the dozens sitting there, you somehow pick the one with the squeaky sideways wheel that makes it feel like you're steering a rebellious toddler. You try to push it straight, but it just veers left, like it's got its own weekend plans. And there's always that one wheel that wobbles like it's had too much coffee, rattling loud enough for everyone in the store to know exactly where you are. I think shopping carts are just retired roller coasters, and that's it for today's stream. Thanks so much for watching and spending time with me in Roblox 99 Nights in the Forest. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. It really supports me and helps the channel grow. Share your thoughts in the comments. I always enjoy reading what you think. See you next time. And until then, stay awesome.